Hi everyone, my name is Miguel Atwood Ferguson, and I'm honored to be here with Fusicology today. Heroes to music all around the world and to here in Los Angeles. Shout out to Asia, a true hero to the arts, someone that is a role model and someone I personally look up to. I'm very happy to be here today with Asia. I'm really proud of it. I don't know if it's magnificent. I certainly hope people like it. It's just a very authentic, sincere statement. I'm not trying to win awards. I'm not trying to be popular. It's really just something that I made with good intentions. I do think it has like some healing aspects to it. But you know, with anything healing, I think it starts with the creator or the co-creator. You know, I want to be. I see myself like a midwife to art. You know, I never the way that my ego is situated. It's not like, okay, this is Miguel's, art. I'm trying to be a co-creator with the creator. That's how I see it, and I just try to be a conduit, somebody that's a facilitator for art and for something that seems magical to me. And so it's really just some sincere art that I've made here and there sporadically over the last 14 years. And it's wound up being a 10.5 hour work in 3 volumes. And each volume is 3.5 hours. And it's very diverse. It goes in maybe 5 or 6 different directions. You have definitely some aspects of jazz music on there, some Western European classical music, some ambient music, electronica, and then you have like some more subtle influences from maybe hip hop or rock or world music. But it's all really sincere music. Some of the tracks are really long, some of the tracks are short. And yeah, I'm really excited to share it with the world. I feel like this is the first time that people can actually be given a chance to know like who I am, because all the projects that I've done, I'm super proud of, super happy with. I don't have resentment or I'm very happy with everything I've done. But not one of those projects is really indicative, I think, of the fullness of me, if that makes any sense. So all the things I've done, they're they're totally authentic, but not any one of those projects really feature all of my original music and or all the different directions I go in. And so this is like the first time that it's purely my original music and I'm the only producer and it's my vision. So it's really exciting for me. I feel like this is the first time that I'm going to like most deeply attract my tribe. Not that I haven't already attracted, family, but I'm really excited. This is a really exciting, fun time for me. So I love playing live, but I'm really happy and blessed to have a young family, and my fiance is the CEO of her own biotech startup. So she's crazy busy. I'm crazy busy, and we have this very passionate, strong-willed 3.5-year-old. And so I love traveling the world. I'm going to continue to do it for the rest of my life, but I'm pretty selective when I travel out of town. So yeah, Questlove asked me to write most of the charts for his Symphonic Prince project, and I did a celebration of hip hop with him with orchestra, and then I have a symphonic tribute to Jay Dilla, and one to the Notorious B.I.G. And I'm working on 2 others right now that will remain secret. And the other major symphonic project that I have not toured around the world yet, I've just done a couple shows in Los Angeles, is attribute to Alice Coltrane. By far one of my biggest inspirations and role models, and John Coltrane might be my all-time favorite artist, and Wayne Shorter's a huge influence, but Alice Coltrane is completely up there for me, as far as one of the biggest inspirations, somebody that influences everything I do, whether it's in that genre of music or not. So those are some of the touring projects I do. And then, I from time to time tour with Thundercat or Flying Lotus. And you mentioned Hiatus Coyote, some of my closest friends and favorite artists. And I just conducted the Hollywood Bowl 12 days ago in a beautiful piece called Promises by Floating Points. So every once in a while I conduct as well. But yeah, I'm starting just to be more and more selective, and you're correct. I concentrate on the recording studio. My opinion is that Los Angeles is such a diverse and physically big place. I have a theory that because Los Angeles and California, but specifically Los Angeles, is such a physically big place, people have room to space out and kind of just get into their own cave. And we're all influenced by everything, but like for instance, New York, I absolutely adore New York, and I can't get enough of it. And every time I'm there, I just feel like this collective energy that is so electric and so palpable. And I understand that it's a smaller place than Los Angeles, but you have so many people, so it's like there's you can feel people closer to you, and I feel like it's a little bit more difficult in New York, just as one example of a huge, beautiful place, to be so like ferociously like in your own cave, for lack of a better word. I think it's easier to be influenced in a more direct way in some of these other cities, like Paris, who's incredibly diverse. But even like Berlin, which is also so diverse, I feel like it's a little bit more spread out than even New York. But here in Los Angeles, I feel like we have the physical room to kind of just be a little bit more on our own island. And when we're in our own cave, I feel like we are kind of forced to have to figure out our own language to our, like, it's our own planet. Each individual artist, I feel like in Los Angeles is a little bit, can be compared a little bit more to being on their own planet and having to take responsibility for the fullness of their own society, of their own planet. And we definitely interact with one another here in Los Angeles, but it's not type of that sprawling where you're falling over one another like in another beautiful city, like DC or Detroit or New York, for instance. I feel like we have a little bit more room to spread out here. I don't know, that's my theory. And then obviously you have the diversity, which is a huge aspect to it as well. So in 2024, I'm helping Flying Lotus finish up his album right now. It's an ambient album, and you know, um, I I think it's going to remain as it is. It might change before it's turned in, but as of right now, uh, Ryuichi Sakamoto is featured on it, and the three of us got together one day at Lotus's house and wrote a bunch of music and connected, and then went out to dinner afterwards. So that's a big project. Um, I'm also helping Shabaka Hutchings finish up one of his albums. He has many different albums he's working on, but this is one album. And so I'm helping him finish that. I just did some recording for Kaytranada, and one of the songs off of his album features an orchestra of me. Um, but I'm just going to be focusing on Volume 2 of this Les Jardins Mystique series, and then Volume 3, because Volume 2 and Volume 3 are not done yet. So Volume 2 will not be released in 2024, but I'm hoping to finish it in 2024. Yeah, and then there's some other projects I can't speak about yet, but those are a couple of things. Andrea Cho um, is well, officially my fiance. You know, we usually say that we're husband and wife, but yes, I would love to shout her out. Andrea Cho, CEO of her own biotech startup, and she's a scientist and a doctor. And I'm so proud of her, and she's the amazing mom to our kid Sebastian. I'd like to shout out Sebastian, 3.5 years old. You know, doing great. I couldn't be any more proud of him. Just so grateful for both of them. And I learn from them every day. You know, learning I think is one of the coolest things that we're afforded as a human being. And I'm so thankful that if I'm sincere enough and seeking enough, I have the ability potentially to learn every day. And I'm so grateful for that. And for sure, Andrea and Sebastian are my two greatest teachers in my closest proximity. And yeah, I would love to shout out Fusicology again. Thank you for everything you've done for LA for decades now.